Good morning, Vietnam. Yesterday I did a video on beginners calisthenics to do at your home. And after thinking about it, and this morning, I realized that I'm going to give you more exercises. And also, I did not talk about aerobic work, exercise. One of the things I do every day is not strenuous, but I find it difficult, and I'm sure you will too, depending on your age and fitness, is I walk 4 flights of stairs up and down a minimum once a day. If I have to leave my apartment more than once, I walk up and down again, and sometimes I've even done it 3 times. It is a great exercise. One thing I didn't mention is how to keep bone density. I mentioned hip fractures, and bone density, you can maintain it and keep your bones strong by impacting your bones. One reason why boxing is so great for your arms and shoulders, and running is great for your legs and hips. But if you're beyond the stage where you cannot run anymore, or walk really fast, or lift your knees up high while you're doing aerobic work, then walking downstairs is a great way to impact your body. So I highly recommend it. And also, I mentioned you should always do all exercises without curving your back. Of course, touching your toes, you need to curve your back. Now, I watched a number of videos how to improve touching your toes, but basically I decided that all the other exercises were more important to me, as I've gone through 72 years without touching my toes. So I've concluded that it's not the most important thing for me to do. So I do exercises that help, but I don't think I'll be touching my toes in the near future. So I will then continue this with additional exercises. I'm back again to finish off the second video on calisthenics at home. I didn't feel like I gave enough information on the first one, so I'm just releasing a short second one. So back on the floor exercises, we had one of the classic great calisthenic exercises, which is called the plank. Now, plank basically is lying on your stomach, on your forearms, and lifting your whole body off the ground. Of course, if you cannot, you can rest it down or just lift it up as far as you can. But the correct way is your butt in the air, shoulders rotated, or your back, and then stand here, or lie here for as long as you can. We do this regularly in my boxing class, and we normally only go to a minute, which is how far I can go anyway. Now, a variation of this, as you get better, of course, is a one arm. If you're younger and stronger, you can just simply do it on one side, and when you've had enough of that, get tired of it, your muscles want to give out, you just rotate and do it on your other side. Also, while we're on the ground, you can do, which I did last time, was lying on your back, was lifting your feet off the ground, holding it as long as you can. When you're done with that, bring your knees to your chest. It allows you to relax better and puts the lower part of your back snug on the floor. The next exercise is simply to bicycle your legs, about as many reps as you can do. If you can do a lot, 30 is plenty. But then do a reverse. I found the reverse very difficult. My left side physically is just not as developed as my right side. But slowly I got the hang of it and how to do it correctly. The next exercise is while you're in your push-up position, if you have a lot of difficulty with this, it's simply in the push-up position, but you lift one arm and touch your shoulder. Left side, right side. Left side, right side. Now, you do this as many as you can. If you can do 10, that's fabulous. If it's too difficult, always drop down on your knees for a lot of these exercises and lift your arms and touch your opposite shoulder. Now, next one. Finally, I really recommend the mini trampoline. When I was visiting Australia 18 months ago, I brought one back with me and I use it once every 2 weeks now since I started boxing, and it is one of the great machines to add flexibility and strength to your legs, your ankles, your knees and hips. So you can hear the noise it makes. You can throw your arms, you can do body twists, up, reverse arms, side to side arms with your legs at the same time. Do about 20 of each one, then switch, and then if you get good at it, you can do one leg. I don't think you can get a better exercise for your leg joints. So, finally, I want to discuss a little bit more on running and walking. We've talked in the first video I did on exercising at home, calisthenics, is the exercise I gave you was sufficient with the weights. As your arms and legs get stronger, you can just increase the weights for your arms. There's a lot of bloggers, calisthenics bloggers, which I've recommended in my description on my exercise videos. I've watched quite a few of these, and they increase the difficulty of the exercises. But there has been a lot recently about the advantages of walking. I can't stress the importance of getting up and moving. I try to tell my girlfriend, she's working in an office again, at least once an hour is to get up, start walking somewhere, and even better if she can get outside, just to go outside, walk around for a minute, and then go back inside. The resetting of your body and brain. For us who are older and retired or don't work in offices, it's the same thing. If you sit in one place too long, your body really doesn't like it. It wants to move regularly, and 1 hour is the maximum time you should be moving. There are a lot of bloggers on walking. most of us can still walk. And even if you don't exercise, you're a bit overweight, whatever, you need to get out. You need to start walking. If you can, jog. I see a number of people who are overweight out jogging, killing themselves, killing their joints. As I've always thought, stop eating, stupid. I know some of us have difficulty. I've mentioned it before. Many parents have raised us with stupid diets, to say the least. And as my reference to that research report that was done, and it's in a blog which I have referenced, our ability to absorb and process foods has completely changed in the last 50, 70 years. And you need to recognize that. In my opinion, zero sugar, zero processed foods. The reason why you're doing all this is the quality of life as you get older. I realize it late, but not too late. As you can see, I'm still in pretty good condition. When I do a video on my boxing class, you'll see how strenuous it is. And I'm working out with people that are 50 years younger than I. And I hope that you start soon, at any age. I spoke to a few guys who used to smoke. They all stopped, but I'm going back many years. And their reasoning for smoking is you die anyway, you die of something. Yeah, but when you get to 60 years old and you've been smoking 40 years, what are the conditions of your lungs? How's your VO2 capacity going? I told a friend of mine here, who's early 50s, drinks a lot occasionally, probably has a beer every day, but occasionally drinks a lot of alcohol. I mean, way past being drunk. And a lot of people do. I have done it when I was much younger also. But as Mike Tyson has said many times, stop drinking alcohol. It's one of the things that is going to make your body and your health and your mental health so much better. Gabor Mate, the medical practitioner, the expert on childhood abuse related to addiction. I just watched one of his blogs yesterday or the day before, and he said, alcohol is the worst. So, get up and move, pound something. I highly recommend you follow all the calisthenics exercises. Thousands of them are vloggers, and if you can, try and do it with a martial arts. It will make your workouts much more enjoyable. Take care. See you in the next one.